I was charged with possession of marijuana, charged with having a lapsed registration, charged with two open containers, crushed up beer cans that I had no knowledge of in the back of, again, not my vehicle, but it was my friend's vehicle, and he was intoxicated, so could not be my witness, unfortunately, and to be there for me. And there was also the DWI, driving while intoxicated. I don't really think about it because I don't really feel that it was ever true. It never was true on my perspective. The DWI charge was based off of what they perceived as a alcohol and inducement, as in they said they smelled alcohol, and they said that they found containers in the back of the vehicle, which there was a cooler full of crushed up cans, but the lid was closed and latched, but it wasn't later on. I was pursuing my defense with a different lawyer who, as I think probably the best way to put it, was just didn't have my best interest prioritized. And then that became evident at one point, and so I just decided I had to pursue something better and got a good recommendation for you. So really word of mouth brought me over to you, and I'm glad that it wasn't just word of mouth, really, because it turned out exactly as I wanted it to, and was hoping for. Basically, it was really nice to come in here and to be made very comfortable right away, and not falsely, because there's a difference. Being able to be reassured by the technicality of everything, being reassured that I was not out of my mind thinking that I was innocent. It seemed like everything else pushed against that naturally in the system, and yet it was really nice to talk with that and to talk technical about what really was we were looking at, as opposed, and right away I remember the first time we actually called up and talked to Mr. Scott right away. That was the first time I came here, and so that was very, very reassuring, something I had not been by anybody up to that point, reassured that there was a good chance for a positive outcome. The outcome of the case was that we were able to get the DWI wiped, and the other charges, as they were technically true, that ended up being true justice, I think, actually, surprisingly, but it was hard fought for sure. Everything worked out the best way it really could have. And it wasn't a stressful route by everything. I really appreciate the whole staff was really great. The calls, the reminders, something that it allowed me to be able to disconnect from the timing of it, which was very important because it was stressing me out a lot. And being able to trust that, that I was being looked out for, and that the communication was right on point and regular to make sure that nothing was missed on your guys' end. I did miss something at one point, but I appreciate your guys being able to make sure that didn't matter.